morning, I'm Ms. Valent. I'm going to show you today how to block out and create an exploded isometric drawing. Now, I have an original drawing, which is the flat pack lantern shape. Now, I'm going to take each piece and I'm going to show it like this. Pieces are separated in relation to itself, so one's going to pull away here, one's going to pull away here, and this will lift off just slightly here. We might even get, if we pull it away enough, we'll get a glimpse of the inner platform, and we'll have to decide on the detail for that as well. So let's block this out. Blocking out for any kind of isometric drawing is really the key to understanding how to approach it. So if I take that, I'm going to just keep that reference to the side and begin blocking this out. So let's start with the top. Okay, now I'm going to put it sort of centered to the page, and you'll notice here I've got a page with the isometric grid underneath. So right at the top middle, I'm going to place my first item, so right about the middle. I'm going to put the lid. So I can't remember how big it is, but I'm trying to keep it approximately the same. Okay, so not trying to make it too much bigger, otherwise I'll run out of space. I don't want it too small either, because that will mean that I can't add detail that will help clarify the design. So I'm just going to box in the lid, so that's going to be in that space. So the lid is that location. Okay, now normally the front edge would be down, dropping down from the lid, but it's not. What we're going to do is we're going to pull everything away. So if I imagine the corner for this would normally be somewhere in here, because there's a bit of an overlap to the lid, I'm going to just pull it out. I'm going to actually just follow this line, or just this corner. This will be fine. So I'm going to pull it out, you know, probably about, what is this, 3 to 4 centimeters along the grid. I'm just going to block in these. Now, from memory, this was about, just checking, that was about, 4 centimeters or 40 mils. So I'm going to keep that 1, 2, 3, 4, that width, and I'm going to keep the height to sort of maintain accuracy. So it was about, and it was 90 millimeters tall. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that's going to be where one face will sit. So I'm just going to block that in. Okay, now I've pulled this out 1, 2, 3, 4 approximately, so I'm going to do the same on the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's that first corner. I'm going to drop that down about the same way. I don't have to count this one because I can line it up with the other. Okay, and coming across 4, 2, 3, 4, so that's going to be a corner. So taking that across and down, following the direction of the grid underneath. Okay, so I've pulled it apart. I've essentially pulled these pieces apart. Now obviously you want to give that thickness. Of course I'm doing all of this in pencil because these are my construction lines. I'm going to have to add the finger joins to show how those edges come together. You know, give information about joins is important in your drawings. So if you know how it joins, it's going to help the person like making it. Alright, now these are the faces that I can see in my original isometric drawing. Now there's obviously some pieces that I've actually ignored and I haven't put in. There's going to be a face at the back, there's going to be a face here as well. And you'll notice that I've actually, you know, missed out putting those in. I should go back and add those to my drawing because it does have 4 faces. So now I'm actually going to run out of space, so I probably made this a bit too big, but I'm going to just block in what I can, just to show what is going on. So if I go from here, I'm going to go out 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's going to, you can see that that is going to actually be too far away. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So if I pull that down, and then it goes 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm only going to, because behind this piece, you can see it's, you know, off the page up here. So I can suggest it, but I've run out of space. So I probably should have made this a bit smaller so it could fit on. But anyway, I'm going to continue. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'll show that up there. I could have done this half scale. Okay, so that's come out 4, and I can do the thickness to convince you of what the material is. Okay, now I'm going to do the same over here. So coming out 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and do an edge, outer edge there. I've got to come down 9. If I just pull this across, it's going to be there, and it's going to come back up in there. Down 2, 3, 4, so it will pop back up and appear here. And I'll just extend that off the page a bit at the same angle. Okay, so you can see now I have blocked in the pieces, sort of moved out from, except for the inside base, which I've actually, you know, it's a whole other piece. I haven't even decided what that's going to look like. Let's just block it in first. So let's make the base piece the only piece that doesn't move. This has gone up a bit. These have all gone out quite a reasonable amount, and it's going to help reveal the inside. So if I come directly down, let's imagine, okay, on the original drawing, the base was about here, so it was like up like a couple of centimeters. I think it was like 1.5. That was 1. Okay, so the bottom of that notch, the bottom of the base in the inside is about up 10 mils. So if I come up 10 mils, so if I imagine that point there and I follow that through, it's going to be there, and same there, that's going to be there. So if these came straight in, that would line up with the bottom. So we've actually got to do a thickness, because that's the bottom of the piece on the inside. Okay, so it's going to be slightly smaller than the lid. It's going to have to be 4, probably a little less than 4 to allow for the thickness of the inside. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. So we could probably stop it shy here, and because, you know, these obviously cut into this size if it sits on the inside, and there. Okay. Now I need to create that diamond shape. Alright, so this is my base. Now I haven't put any details in, I've literally just decided where they're going to be, where they're going to live. If I move this back, I've actually stuck it down. But it might help here, I'll just expand this out a bit, that's better. Okay, I think it's, yeah, that's clear enough. Don't think I need to adjust the focus. That's pretty good. Okay, so you can see here I've got all my shapes and it's exploded out from each other. Now if I start putting in things like notches and details into each of these shapes, I can inform the person how each piece gets put back together. Okay, so that's an important part to start with.